Good evening, gentlemen. It's Steady Eddie here. It's 9 o'clock. It's Monday, the 14th of August. Hello, good evening, and welcome to everyone. And if you're watching this on replay, then thanks for tuning in. Have a great day. Sleep well, or well, thanks for coming along anyway. Cheers. Okay. This is so anyway, I'd say hello to a few people. Donald Trump, the local president, is in the house. Nice to hear from you, mate. Leeds is here. McLaren is here. The Fat Gent. Brian Street. David Marchant. Martin Ryder. New channel. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Nice to hear from you. Tom Streeter. Tom Streeter, hi Eddie, will you be doing any live streams on your main channel to discuss your retirement plans? Yeah, that would be an idea, wouldn't it? That would be a good idea. All good things. There's no rush just yet, but yeah, you're quite right there. So we'll definitely see about that. Wayne Vosper is here from the Philippines. Q's on in Lukban in the Philippines. Okay, nice to hear from you, Wayne. I hope all's okay. Philippines. Okay, it's terrible what's happened in Hawaii. I know Hawaii is well out of the equation, but God Almighty, I mean, I've never been there. A beautiful paradise place like that. I mean, absolutely, what wonderful. I mean, in a wonderful place like that. I mean, I feel sorry for the people. Just goes to show, even in the most paradise place on earth, you can still suffer, the earth's natural elements. I noticed Mick Fleetwood Mac was on the TV. I mean, oh my God Almighty. Anyway, Kev Mac is here. London Cab Thailand, nice to hear from you. Sean Jones, good evening. Matthew Cartwright, nice to hear from you. Barry from EastEnders. Great video you uploaded earlier, Ed. I completely agree with everything you spoke about. I'm only 31, so retirement not on the cards just yet. But I know I want to do the same as you in the future. Well, good for you anyway. Well, I'm envious. 31. I wish I was 31 again. Knowing what I know now, of course. I would have changed so many things. I would not have changed all the travel that I've done. Definitely wouldn't have changed that, though. Wouldn't swap that for the world. Doesn't matter how much dosh I've spent on the travel over the years, I wouldn't swap it. I would not wish for any of that money back again because I've enjoyed myself. I've had some great adventures. Oh, lovely stuff. David Barnett is here. Nice to hear from you. Gemini Star is here. Nice to hear from you. Ko Samui is here. Nice to hear from you. Daniel Mills, evening, Ed. I watched your video earlier. I don't blame you for wanting to leave the UK. The government treats both people better than their own citizens. Yeah, it certainly looks that way, doesn't it? Looks that way. Billy Bob, evening, Ed. Is it warm on that beach? Well, it was. That was filmed a couple of years ago, wasn't it? You know, early last year. That was in Hua Hin. I mean, and Hua Hin's a nice place. It's probably a good place to live. One is probably not the most exciting place if you visit Thailand, but I mean that beach is nice anyway, isn't it? Yogi Bear is here. Good evening, Ed and the gang. Hope you're well. I see they're catching large amounts of bluefin tuna in the seas by yours. There, you mean there? There you're talking about Hua Hin. Yoz Travels. Evening, nice to hear from you, Yoz. I hope it's all going well. You travel. You're welcome to come on if you want. Just mention, and I'll send you the link on Facebook, and you can tell us all about your travels and also the comparison between how expensive Europe is with how cheap Thailand is. You're welcome to come on. Just let us know. Delayed Dave, nice to hear from you. Let's see. Where I'm saying. Paul Laskin, how many dirty soapies will you have every week when you retire? Oh, you'd probably get tired of them after a while, wouldn't you? I mean, you get tired of just about anything after a while. The novelty wears off. Oh, but don't worry about that. That's nice to hear from you, Paul. Anyway, Wanderer is in Mindoro. Okay, very, very nice. My friend goes there. He's got a missus out there. That's That's in the Philippines, and he's hoping to retire out there. Let's see. Ren Dog is here. Martin Ryder. Martin Ryder. Colchester Pride on Saturday. I went down to the lessons with their knock. It did, yeah, but are they nice though? Because you know, L's are not usually that nice. But I mean, did they? I wouldn't have minded saying that. I'd have enjoyed that if that was the case. Gorilla in Manila. The problem with returning to a beautiful island in the Philippines that a typhoon can come along at any time and destroy absolutely everything and leave you homeless. Absolutely. Well, a wife's the same, is it? Aren't they? You know, that's why women are. You know, hurricanes are always named after women. When they come, they're wild and wet, and when they go, they take your house with them. I bet you the woman will leave you homeless faster than any typhoon will. Richie Rich. Richie Rich. Good evening, Eddie. After your video earlier on the other channel, give me a kick up the arse to save and invest wisely. I'm 32. I want to be semi-retired at 37. As they say, that's middle age now. 37's young. It's. I mean, I think that is young. But yeah, you've got to live your life. You've got to live your life. Good for you, mate. Anyway. Stephen Tutty. Evening, Ed. How was your weekend? It's, you know, British. It was British. That's what it was. Boring. Ivan, Chelsea broke the Premier League transfer record. Paid 115 million for the 22-year-old kid. Madness. Well, I mean, football's a business, isn't it? It's a business. And, you know, I mean, somebody's making money out of it. They're not going to pay 115 million if they don't make a profit. Telecom. Oh, nice to hear from you, Mark. Nice to hear from you. Greetings from Minnesota. So you're planning on returning in Southeast Asia. All the best as always, Ed. Okay, yeah, thank you. I'm looking at next year, definitely. 2024. You never know what's going on. I mean, there's no such thing as definite. I mean, so I might develop a severe health issue between now and then. It's possible. Nothing in this world is guaranteed. But 2024, early 24, mid 24, maybe late 24. But I think mid 24 is probably the most likely. My passport runs out in a year's time, but so I'll get it sorted out early next year, or maybe before that. And that will then, so at least when I go abroad, at least then I've got a whole 10-year passport. At least that's one thing I won't have to worry about. Dickie B, evening, Eddie. Winter time is coming, and that means sunshine for a couple of months. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Well, September and October can sometimes be, you know, sorry, I'm reading the next comment. Winter. Yes, September and October can sometimes surprise you. You know, a late summer. You never know. You just never know in this country. Yours Travels. I've finished with my bear today. She wanted an extra 10,000 baht. That's about 250 quid. Than the 30,000 I'm paying each month. Must think I'm a mug. And extra than so she wants 40,000 baht, which is almost $1,000 in English money. I'm paying. She wants $1,000 in English money, so that will be £12,000. A British person could probably retire in Thailand on a grand a month. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. You tell her, mate. You tell her. Yeah, Martin Ryder. Just can imagine Eddie and the soap even the scene coming to America. They're all okay. Yeah, absolutely okay. Yeah, McLaren. Steve, mate, sorry to hear that. There's more fish in the sea. Yeah, absolutely. I think she's being a bit opportunistic. I'm actually writing a book, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm hoping to get it out in the autumn time. I should finish it by next month. But it's about a group of lads who go to Pattaya, and you know, the adventures that they get up to. And yeah, that comes up. You know, one of them meets an opportunistic Thai girl who is all sweet and he falls in love with her, but then, she tries it on, my family very poor, needs help, all the rest of it. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Plenty of stories to tell about that. Yeah. Brian Street. Brian Street. Sad that yes. Why I love one when you can when you can love them all. Okay. Okay. Paul Hoskins got his throw his two penneth in there. Whatever about a girlfriend when a watermelon? What the hell? I'll have to think about that one. Dickie Bay is looking forward to an 80s music festival called Dewing this weekend in Henley on Thames. An 80s music festival. Well, all I can say about that is this means nothing to me. Oh, Vienna. Okay, whatever. Couldn't resist it. London Cab Thailand. Wow, no way. No way. What? Nice to hear from you, mate. Anyway. Okay, Yogi Bear is here. Oh, okay. Yeah, so fair enough. So anyway, I won't bang on about this because there's plenty of time to talk about it. But yeah, but I've made me bloody mind up. I've made me mind up. I'm not staying in this country. This country is bland and boring, and it's gone to the dogs. Somebody put a post on Facebook about non-white people creating all the crime in this country. And no, that's not the case. I walked through the bloody town. And what was the post? It was something like, yeah, yeah, somebody said, I'm not white, so give me money. Well, I'm white, so I'm not giving you anything. When I go through town here, it's white English people who stop me expecting me to give them money. It's white English people who do that. It's not foreigners at all. This country's gone to the bloody dogs, it has. It really, really has. Expat Pete, I've met you in Malaysia, haven't I? Hi, Eddie. Have you been thinking about what you were doing most days what you will be doing most days when you're in Southeast Asia? I suppose it depends also where in Southeast Asia. What I'll be doing each day? Well, I'll be taking it a bit easy, soaking up the sunshine and all that. But also, I'd like to think I can do something a little bit creative. I would like to think I can still work online. I've got ideas. I have got ideas of working online. I'd like to think that I can still do other things. Toby Price, hi Ed. In Angola during a 6-week rotation offshore. Okay, fine. Back to Thailand on the 1st of September with beer tokens. Oh, well, a bit of a globetrotter. Good for you then, anyway, mate. Good for you. Paul Hoskin is waiting for the buckets. Oh, okay. McLaren says I did 35 mile an hour through a 30 zone. I'm like, it hasn't done that. Well, anyway, what I wanted to mention is that there's an excellent channel. I'll put this on the screen, okay? Because it's actually wonderful. Most of you will know, but it's a wonderful channel called. It's a wonderful channel called this. It's called History Debunked. You've seen that channel. He's really, really great. He's an old man. He sits in his armchair and he tells all this stuff. And often his stuff is on the on the same themes about immigration and illegal immigration and all this, and the history of immigration, and why they make out that we owe them everything when we don't really, and all this kind of stuff. It's fascinating stuff. But one of the things that he put out today was a report from Ireland. It was a report from Ireland, and it's basically about hate speech. Hate speech is going to be, even if you present a bit of hate speech, if you own a book or have a copy of a book online that includes hate speech, then you can be done for a criminal activity. And it's absolutely bloody absurd. Even saying things in private amongst friends can get you arrested in this day and age. And not only that, but it may even be proved that you've said things you know, not politically correct in private. You never know. One of your friends might have a bloody mobile phone and send it to the busies. You just never know in this day and age. So the question is, let me just remove that a moment. The question is, this is happening in Ireland. It's going to be, apparently it's going to be law in Ireland pretty soon. But well, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if it's heading this way. So the question is, are we becoming a big brother society? I mean, you know, there's no freedom of speech. I can't say what I feel anymore. You know, there's no freedom of speech anymore. It's absolutely bloody absurd. Even a joke about someone being an L or whatever, or you know, if I you know, if I use a thing which is construed as, you know, homophobe or whatever, which I don't do anyway, but if I did, I could be arrested. You know, there's no humour anymore. Let's see. Martin Wright says Simon Webb. Yeah, he's cool. Expat Pete. Yes, thanks, Eddie. We did meet briefly in KL. It was very nice to meet you all. Yeah, good to meet you too. Anyway, good to meet you too, mate. I remember as I was talking to Expat Pete in that park and doing a live stream, there was a couple of Malaysian policemen or security officers who were hanging around. They were looking at me as if, you know, what's that guy doing? Somebody must have reported, you know, that guy is, you know, he's got something in his hand. And maybe when he's seen it, like, you know, it was a camera on a stick. And I wasn't trying to run away or anything, but they will definitely eyeing me up, like thinking, should we arrest him? Martin Ryder. Martin Ryder says, all my comments from his channel get removed from no reason. Really? Wanderer 299. George Orwell warned us, Eddie. Yeah, absolutely. Bobby Crush, nice to hear from you. It's all going to kick off. Get prepared. Nice to hear from you, mate. Let's see. Bobby Crush, Ireland will be the spark and then we will follow. The police will not help you. Get prepared. I mean, the police. Oh my God. I mean, I keep going on about the busies. I mean, with them, I'm convinced more and more it's all about results. I mean, yeah, you know, they don't want to be tackling, you know, difficult crime. You know, bank robbers and all of that. That's too difficult. That they want to arrest someone for a trivial offence, somebody loitering, somebody who doesn't quite look like. Excuse me, mate, but you know, we've had reports you behaving in a strange way. Define strange. Well, someone says that you're dressed in a funny way, and if we have a word with you, you get shirty with the police because of this. And the next thing is, that's it, you're next. Another result for them. I mean, this is the way it seems. Police are arresting people for trivial bloody reasons, and yet the real criminals are going scot-free. It's all crazy. Martin Ryder, my comment got cancelled for mentioning the L word. Okay. Paul Hoskin, the bar girls call you lots of names. What, like Desmond Donkey Dick? Daniel Mills, 100% Big Brother Society. Just wait to wear cash. Yeah, they've got us by the balls then. And if you say the wrong things, your bank account will be closed and you'll have no way to buy food. This is terrible. This is it. I think it's good that Nigel Farage has really made an issue over this. I know his case is very, very extreme because he was using an elite bank where you've got to be a millionaire to use it. But the thing is, he's quite right to make an issue over this. If we have a cashless society and the banks have got you by the bollocks, they've got you by the short and curlies. Very nice there. Yeah. Kiki and Jasmine, Irish people need to take the country back from these woke politicians. I mean, I think you're from Ireland, Kiki. I've never been to Ireland. I would like. It's one of those countries that I would love to go to if I ever found, you know, got round to it. But yeah, it seems like, you know, they're having terrible problems. I'm pretty sure Ireland doesn't owe the rest of the world anything, and yet, you know, what I hear about, you know, the amount of immigrants who are coming in there and terrorizing people are bloody awful. Brian Street, wish I was an L. I love Fanny. Okay. Fanny Craddock. Fanny and Johnny. Ty Billy Boy, nice to hear from you. Okay, McLaren F1 race. Really? Did they say that? Stephen Tutty, not Big Brother, more like a big woke society. It's it's big woke. Maybe that's the new version of it. I love big woke. I love big woke. Doesn't the ending of that movie? I think John Hurt was in it, and there was an earlier version. I love big woke. Jesus Christ. Let's see. Yogi Bear Ed, you have to look in what content it is said. That seems to have disappeared with like the girl that was disabled. That seems to have disappeared with like the girl that was disabled and easy prey. Which one was that? I'm not quite sure, but it wasn't me who said anything about a disabled girl and easy. It wasn't me who said that. I don't know what that was. Telecom. Oh, nice to hear from you, Mark. I read that Orwell 1984 book. It was written in 1949. Yes, the cameras and facial recognition are all over the place. The only thing Orwell didn't think of is the people armed with video smartphones. Okay, fair comment. I mean, the thing is, I'm all for CCTV. I am for that. I mean, security cameras and all the rest of it. Really am. I think it's a good thing. I mean, to think about it, all the controversy about the busies. I mean, down at the busy station. No, I haven't been to the police station. Thankfully, but I believe that if you go to a police station now, then it's all on camera. They've got everything on camera, even in the police, except for when that girl was strip searched and then 2 hours of footage went missing, except for that bit. That's not on camera. I mean, that should be investigated where that is. But apparently, if you go to the busy station now, there's cameras all over the place and everything's recorded. And that's the way it should be. That is the way it should be. The police should be on camera because if they do anything wrong, then we should know about it. Now, in the olden days, when I was growing up, I heard terrible reports about the police station. If you must have shoved a police officer, about half a dozen of them would arrest you, take them down to the busy station, put you into a cell, and knock 7 bells of shite out of you. And it wasn't on camera; they could get away with it. In the olden days, people died in police cells because the busies would give them a bloody hiding, and there was no evidence. It was there was not to say that the police did it. They used to say that he fell over. He has about 100 bruises on him, and he fell over. Whereas now with the cameras, this is less likely to happen. So I'm all for the cameras. I am all for it. But this business of hate speech and clamping down on it, and even the idea that you can be sitting around with friends. I mean, what's it like in a pub nowadays? I don't go to pubs, but you're in a pub nowadays, and I know people, people with a bawdy sense of humour will say to a dark-skinned man, all kinds of racist comments, and everyone would fall about laughing, including the dark-skinned man. He'd fall about laughing if he knew. It was all in good fun. I should imagine that person would get arrested in this day and age for that. Anyway, Daniel Mills, Sinn Féin now support puberty blocks for children. I was reading the other day. Puberty blocker? What the bloody hell's that? That sounds awful. Bobby Crush, 20 miles an hour for cars. The immigrants on electric bikes living on food to losers will be going faster than the cars. Oh, it's crazy. Legan, hi Eddie. I think we're already there. With all the info online, they seem to know everything about you. Oh, absolutely. Anything can be. I mean, the thing is, there's good and bad. I mean, the internet, social media is fantastic. It's a marvelous invention. But the fact is, you just got to accept that bastards out there are going to be recording everything. They're going to be recording absolutely everything, and that's why I've got to be careful. I've got to be afraid of YouTube. I don't give a shite about the busies. I don't care about. They hate me anyway because I'm a Scouser. Where I live in the south, and they as soon as they hear my accent, it was him. He did it. That's what they think of me here. But it's YouTube that I have to be afraid of, because YouTube they've been good to me. They have been good to me. My other channel is being all right. It's got over 14 million views. My main channel. And when I start traveling again, I'll get that up and running again. And YouTube has been really, really good. They promoted my videos. I mean, well, I had a couple of viral videos once, which not in the best taste, but YouTube decided to promote them, and they ended up getting millions of views. And I have to wonder why did YouTube promote those videos? The one when I'm sitting in the chair talking about the cost of how's your father in Cambodia. I'm pretty sure that YouTube looked at those videos. Someone in YouTube's office looked at those videos and thought, "Thanks, mate. You just told me what I want to know. I'm planning on visiting Cambodia, and you just told me what I want to know. So for that, I think I'll promote your videos." I'm pretty sure that's the way it happened. But yeah, if you go look at the channel, those videos, they're about 5 years old now, but they're into the millions. So I can't criticize YouTube. YouTube's been pretty good with me. But, you've got to understand, it's not so much words that YouTube don't like. It's not what you say. It's strange enough, what YouTube don't like is nipples, female ones. They don't like, I mean, one of the best videos I made, I had taken down after half an hour because it was a wet t-shirt competition in the Philippines. And the girls were too wet, and and they seem to find that more offensive than anything. I don't know. Funny old world, isn't it? Yeah, Stephen West, diversity is a code for white replacement. Oh, God almighty. Paul Laskin can't beat a... Oh, God almighty. What are you on about? Kiki and Jasmine. Kiki Jasmine's in Asia. Good for you, mate. Anyway, good for you. Telecom song. I love big butts. I'm not a big fan of it. I like them nice and small and firm, personally. If you like big butts, I think the Dominican places like that are good. I've seen videos of the Dominican. All the girls, they look like something out of a Beryl Coop painting. They all got big asses. Repair shop. We were never asked. Okay, fair comment. Yeah, Mr. says media paid by drug company. Never mentioned Mike Obama. Detold Treasury, slave bank. Okay, thank you for that, mate. Thank you for that. Yeah, Nick Ross. Which nationality is the most herbies? Well, that's a little bit too. That's a little bit too detailed for me. Bobby Crush. Can't put that on the screen, but yeah, I know what you mean. Telecom, I know what CCTV means. Yes, I'm not old. I'm all for it. I'm all for it, mate. I'm all for if it's used properly and if it can solve crimes, then I'm all for it. Paul Oscar, do mongers bother with foreplay? Well, they have a massage beforehand, don't they? Dickie B. Star Trek thought of video smartphones. Okay, fair enough. I mean, beat me up, Scotty. I mean, yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Richie Rich, the mobile phones and apps listen to your conversations. As I was on a video call with someone, the next day, person I was talking about turned up on people you may know on Facebook. Oh, absolutely. That's really, really curious. I mean, because you become a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend, and it's all that, and they can watch you through cameras as well. They can watch you. My friend, has got a smartphone, and he said he looked at a smartphone one day, and someone had sent a picture of himself sitting in the armchair looking at his phone. Someone had recorded it, took a picture of him as he's holding the smartphone, and then sent the picture to him. Look what we've got. Oh, it's bizarre. It's absolutely bloody bizarre. I mean, I don't care. I mean, when I'm in the living room, I mean, I have my laptop on and I'm wandering around. I step out of the shower and I wander around my home naked as I'm allowed to. and the the laptops are. Now I've been told you shouldn't do that because someone might be filming you through the camera, the little camera at the top of your laptop. But I don't care. I don't care. They want to see my body. I mean, who bloody cares? Who cares? I mean, what are they going to do? Is they going to sell it on Pornhub? Are they? Here's a naked picture of it. I mean, naked pictures of a 60-odd-year-old man wandering around his living room. Who the hell's going to buy that? But if they do sell it, please remember, I want the commission. I want commission from it. Let's see. Telecom, the Startset communications were only audio. Startset communications were only audio. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was Beam Me Up Scotty, wasn't it? Bobby Crush. Police are frightened to do their job because of cameras. Yeah, no, yeah, wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, the thing is, all the shite that they've got away with over the years. If there was a video camera pointing at the CCTV, yeah, they'd think twice about doing it. Absolutely. Eastern man, nice to hear from you, Iceland man. UK and Ireland have the common travel area agreement. So if Ireland give the immigrants their Irish passports, they can all come to the UK. Absolutely. I mean, is it not the case that Scotland, the Scottish First Minister, is encouraging more immigration to Scotland? And if they do get more immigrants in Scotland, then they can come here quite easily, can't they? Think about it. Stephen West, smash cultural Marxism. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, Neil, have you seen Oliver Stone's Talk Radio starring Eric Bogosian? Great film. No, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that one. Bobby Crush, hate speech, the truth. I got a warning from Facebook for so-called hate speech. During the coronation, I made a joke. It was just a simple little observation. While King Charles was sitting on the throne being attended to by various people of various origins, I made a joke. And about 10 days later, Facebook sent me a warning. We've removed that post and we're giving you a warning because we regard that as hate speech. And if you're doing it again, we'll boot you up the arse. You know what I mean? Oh, a load of crap. Telecom, some police here will take away your video cams if you record them, even if it's legal to. Is that right? Because as I understand it, can they do? Because as I understand it, if you record, if you film, you are entitled to film. Now I don't know if that's the case in America, but I'm pretty sure it is in the UK. Filming in public is not illegal. You can film in public, providing you're not focusing the camera in a threatening way, or you're threatening, or you're filming people, women in a sexual kind of way. So there's decency, and there's all that kind of stuff comes in. But other than that, you are allowed to film people. You are allowed to film people still, but that's in Britain. Maybe in America, it's different. But you say that even if it's legal to, they'll still do it. Oh, they're bastards then. Bobby Crush, only mass repatriation can save England and keep your daughters safe. Okay, fair comment. Now, the way things are going, I'm not saying I agree with you on that, but the way things are going, we won't be able to have a comment like that for much longer. I won't be able to have comments like that on the screen for much longer. And it could be a criminal offence for anyone to say something like that in public in future. This is the way things are going. This is the bloody way for things. Simply by, what you're stating there is not a fact. It's your opinion. But even your opinion can be regarded as hate speech. And this is the problem. This is the bloody stupid problem. Freedom of speech is gone. It doesn't exist anymore. So let's preserve it while it's there. Let's say repair shop. I'm not going to put that on the screen. Yeah. Ty Billy Boy, Eddie, I live over the water from Liverpool. Some years ago, when I had a nice car, the police pulled me. When I asked why, they said I don't look like the type of person who would drive a car like this. Oh, really, really? They said you don't look like the type of person who would drive a car like this. Well, maybe that's hate speech on their part. Maybe they were trying to say you look gay. You should have said to him, okay, well, I'll trade it in then for a pink one. That's what you should have said. I'll one of those, those pink, those little, like that the old yeah, spinster sort of people drive. You know what I'm talking about. Just say next time I'll trade it in for a pink one if that's okay with you. Bobby, because if you spend a penny in their shops, you are financing the demise of your own people. Okay, well, yeah, I know what you mean by they. Nick Roche, Spanish chicks have lots of hair. Not all. I mean, they're all shaven nowadays. Where did that ever come from? They're all bloody shaven. They're all shaven nowadays. Maybe in the olden days. Yeah, telecom. Smash the like, boys. Okay, I'll leave that on the screen, and in the meantime, another cup of hot chocolate. Back in a minute. Yo. Okay, let's see. Bobby Crush, bring back the Scorebirds video. I showed that to some people quite recently, and they said that's the best one. There's two Scorebirds videos on the other channel, and they've been there for years. But the third one is the one that got taken down. I think that's the best one, but it includes wet t-shirts and it has a cheeky girl, a Filipino girl who's getting the crowds going by pulling the knickers up her ass and all this kind of stuff. But YouTube weren't very impressed with that one. Daniel Mills, always use a different email address for business and pleasure. Good idea. My bank has an email address that's not linked to any of my social media accounts. Okay. Well, my bank has got my email address, but the bastards still haven't got in touch with me for another appointment about they've forgotten all about me. I think that TWAT on the phone, I think because I questioned trusting him over the phone, I think he's being spiteful and just strike him off the list. We're not going to speak to him again, bastards. Kiki and Jasmine, Martin Ryder, Ireland is unrecognisable now, mate. Really, I mean, I've worked with enough Irish people. When I worked in London about more than 30 years or 30 odd years ago, I met lots of Irish people, and I had a good laugh with them. And like, you know, where I come from, Liverpool, you know, they're not the most politically correct of people. They call a spade a spade. Oh, I hope I don't get arrested for that. I mean, like a garden, you know, that's, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah. The thing is, it's unrecognisable. I didn't think Irish people would stand for all of that. I really didn't think they would stand for. From what I heard, is it's happening about, you know, about political correctness and all this kind of stuff, and wokeness creeping in, and immigration and everything. I didn't think Irish people would stand for that. But then I suppose didn't think that it'd get that far in our country either. Let's see, Stephen West. Remember when Nick Griff was in the chat? I don't believe that was the real Nick Griffin. I don't think so. But Paul Oscar, when you go to Thailand, Ed, what will happen to Lisa? Oh, she'll bloody satisfy herself with an extra large cucumber or whatever. I'm sure she'll find a way. Telecom. The girls were too wet. Well, it's my aftershave. Bobby Crush. I never liked Nick Griffin, but listened to him recently, and I have to admit he was right and I was wrong. I'm not going to be commenting on Nick Griffin because I mean, I'm not against immigrants or you know, people from other ethnicities. Some of them are absolutely great people. I mean, I met lots of them, especially when I was traveling, you know, in Thailand, wherever I was traveling, Philippines. I met many, you know, people of an African or Indian origin who recognized me from YouTube, and they were absolutely great, and they were absolutely terrific. So absolutely not. I'm not racist, not you know, far from it. They were really great people, really good people. It's just the illegals who were coming in here. Well, our prime minister is an ethnic minority, and he's trying to stop the illegals coming in, isn't he? McLaren, we need an anti-establishment revolution again. Let's some Mohicans again and stir some shit up with Big Brother. Okay, I'll do my Robert De Niro impression. You know, I'll shave I'll get myself a nice Mohican, put lots of blood on the side of my head and go. Yeah, you know, like he does in that movie. Telecom, you like to hold them in your hands. I want to hold your hand or both. Okay, absolutely. That can get you arrested in this country now. Bobby Crush, the ballot box and protest are dead. When we all realised that we are in with a chance, well, maybe the ballot box, but I mean, protest. We should. I mean, the thing is, the protest was celebrated some years ago. Didn't Time magazine have their person of the year as the protester? People getting out in the streets and protesting about things. There's nothing wrong with protesting. I mean, quite often Britain has followed France. I mean, I remember about 20 years ago we had fuel protests in this country, but only because France had it first. And the thing about look at the way the French got out in the streets and complained about their pension, and their pensions are far better than ours. They get it a few years earlier than we do. Yogi Bear, Ed, that's just discrimination. Did he take down a guy with a wet t-shirt up? Yeah, I agree with you. I think that's discrimination. I think it is. I mean, what's the matter with nipples? I mean, come on, what's the matter with nipples? Nice topless, and I've got scenes. I've still got the videos now. You know where a guy with a water bottle is spraying them and all. It was lovely. It's lovely stuff. YouTube just wouldn't have it. They wouldn't have it. Martin Ryder, I like skinny ass, but okay. Getting smutty now. Okay, all right, fair enough. Getting smutty now. David Coleman is here. Nice to hear from you, David. Hi, Eddie. Hope all is well. Okay. Toby Price, Escape from the Matrix, get over to Thailand. I've never actually gotten into the series The Matrix. I've seen one of the sequels and I didn't like it, but apparently the original one is very good. Matthew Cartwright, I like Glorios. Does that count as surveillance? Surveillance. What is that? Is that one of those perverse? Well, I'm not saying it's perverse. Each to their own. But is that one of those where you drill a hole and you put your manly bit of, oh, Jesus Christ, definitely not. Michael Gianneas, nice to hear from you, mate. Nice to hear from you. Nice to hear from you. Hope all's well. Telecom, as long as they are large enough to poke through. Yeah, but if somebody grabs it from the other side, didn't that happen in that movie, Porky's? Oh, Jesus Christ. Bobby Crush walked down Church Street in Liverpool. That's a lovely place, Church. Lots of shops and all that, isn't it? It's like the Middle East. London Road looks like Turkey. I won't go into town anymore. I'll spend my money somewhere else. Oh, God almighty. Well, St. John's Market was always like that years ago, wasn't it? Oh, let's see. Mr. says, Canada made suicide complainers and poor. Okay, fair enough. Can we get our phone in on anyway? Can we get our phone working? I don't actually know if my phone is working right now. Let's take that off, okay? And put that on. If anybody wants to phone in, attempt to phone in, we'll see what happens anyway. If you've got an opinion on anything, then by all means, as long as it's nothing illegal or anything like that. David Coleman, I fear for my relatives still living in the UK. It's. The thing is, if you were very very old and you didn't need to worry about money, then living in the UK is probably not bad. There's probably some very very nice areas. Some people like the climate in the UK, believe it or not. Some people like the seasons, the rain. Some people who live in a nice quiet house in the countryside might be very very happy to live in the UK, but even there you're not safe. Even like in a rural area you're not safe. I mean, because if you've got money in your home in England, you still have to have security on you. You still got to worry about your home, even if you live in a rural place in England. If you've got money, there's bastards out there who'll break into your house and steal it. You're not safe anywhere here. Rudolph, nice to hear from you. I just saw your video about your retirement plans, and I saw an Eddie with a lot of new energy. Okay, that's nice to hear that anyway. That is really, really nice to hear. Now, I don't know if I've still got credit on this phone, but if anyone wants to give it a chance, by all means. All right, thanks, Rudolph. Bobby Crush, the unions are filth these days. They stood by and watched Rotherham and social services and education departments are all in the unions. I know. I mean, the unions were traditional working class. That's what it was set up for. Many many years. That's what the Labour Party was set up for. What was it? Wasn't it? I mean, what's ever happened to all of that? I mean, the Labour and the left was always for the working class. And now it's the woke. It's not the same thing. Working class and woke are not the same thing. I'm pretty sure people who live in working class communities are not all politically correct. Because I know some that they're not politically correct. Martin Ryder. My laptop needs a fisheye lens to get trouser snake in. Okay, fair enough. I think we're well behind it. Well behind the Daniel Mills. Daniel Mills, Telegram is a fantastic app, much more open than Facebook, Instagram. Is it really? I've never explored that one. Nick Ross, who cares? I get banned from Facebook all the time. It's like a game. So much for freedom of speech since it's AI bots making the decisions. Yeah, the only thing I've missed with Facebook, is the messenger. Sometimes it has its uses. Oh, that's nice there. Yeah, absolutely. Telecom. Mark's talking about The police in Minnesota, they say you can't record them because they're on an active investigation. Yeah, is that what it is? That what it is? Is that the excuse? What it is? Oh well, that's dreadful. That's really dreadful. I mean, in Britain, as far as I've never heard of an officer confiscating somebody's phone or camera because they're being recorded, but I wouldn't put it past them. Martin Ryder, no censorship on Telegram. What is Telegram exactly? What's that all about? I've never really investigated that. What is it? What is it all about? Telegram, I don't record them, so no, absolutely. I mean, here they'll in Britain, you know, the police will just they'll just any excuse to arrest you as long as it's an easy result for them. David Coleman, Owen finished his Thailand videos, and now I think he is depressed. He's thinking of moving out there full time. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. I like Owen. I've met Owen a few times. Toby Price, you can record in the US on public ground. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Bangkok, Indonesia. Good honest vlog on retirement in Asia. Good luck. Yeah, well, really, it was kind of a spur of the moment thing. I think the main thing, if you're gonna decide that you're going to retire abroad, the very first thing is making your mind up that you're going to do it. So once you made your mind up, then everything else comes afterwards. Really, um, everything else comes afterwards. But when you decide, I mean, there's some of the first thoughts that I had about this. There's a lot more too, but that will all come. I will be doing other videos on that subject. Martin Ryder, never use your real name online except for banking and financial reasons. I use my real name on the other channel on the main YouTube channel that I have. I mean that's my real name, my real bland and boring name, because I didn't know how to operate YouTube properly. I had a new laptop, and I seen you can upload a Google account, you can upload videos to YouTube. So I was thinking of other names, and then I uploaded a video to YouTube, and my real name was there, and I thought, I've uploaded my real name, and I thought, oh, what the hell, just leave it like that. I've got nothing to hide. David Coleman, Eddie, you look like my lesbian nana. Oh, okay. What part of lesbian does she come from? Yogi Bear, in the Philippines, it is against the law to film anyone in a public space. They're brought in the Safe Spaces Act. Really? Oh no, it's going that way. It is going that way. It is going that way. Well, I think that's the case in Greece, isn't it? I mean, I filmed when I was in Greece, in the island of Crete and Athens and whatever. But I think I heard beforehand that you're not supposed to film in public there. You're not supposed to film people. Oh yeah, we got one of our favorite trolls here. Eddie goes. Glenn Wyndham, in my opinion, only gay guys sip hot cocoa. Well, it's called drinking chocolate. And do you want to come to a party? Do you? Okay, let's see. Let me see now. I love the Acropolis. Telecom, I love the Acropolis. Yeah, I love the Acropolis. Well, wonderful. Absolutely. I mean, it's amazing after 2,000 years that's all still there, really. Wonderful stuff. Wonderful. It was great to visit that place. Paul Hoskin, you can get hot chocolate. Yeah, Paul Hoskin, can you get hot chocolate in Thailand? Can you get hot? I'm pretty sure you can. Nick Ross, my hot chocolate will be around 11 p.m. Yeah, there you go. There you go, Glenn. We've got another one coming to the party as well. David Coleman, most of the food delivery drivers in the UK are illegal immigrants. It was on the news. Have a look at the next one you get. They're not where I live. I live in the south in a more rural area. They're not where I live. But to be honest with you, where I live, it's the bloody British people who have the problem where I live. Okay, fair enough. Let's see. Daniel Mills, not Western Absolute. Are they? Are they really? Okay. You know, is it Martin Ryder? Change your bank ads and get a 200 quid joining gift. Okay. No, I was doing well with the bank. I was okay. I've got a credit card. I've got an ISA, another account, and it's been doing all right with them. Not a problem. I mean, you know, but it's just that really pissed me off. I mean, last week, how can they not get back to me? You know, I mean, how can I make an appointment and I was prepared to turn up to the appointment, and then these idiots throw a spanner in the works? It's all a load of bollocks, isn't it? Dickie B. Dickie B, my banker said they're closing my local branch. Okay. Okay. Paul Oscar, can you at least have Philippine video under age restriction mode? I don't know, but you know, I haven't got the original copy of that video, but I've got all the full version of it, and you know, and it just you know, it's oh I don't know I don't know. I mean, you got to be careful. I mean, the thing is, it's okay saying things or like okay using the four-letter words and whatever with YouTube, you can get away with all that. But you dare show anything that looks like a female nipple, and you've had it. You know, I don't know. I just don't get it. Let's see. But Bobby Crush, our demise started when Desmond the Barbershop came out on Channel 4. I never watched that, but I heard it was quite good. Richie Rich, the Irish are a great laugh when you bump into them around the world. Okay, fair enough. Absolutely. Irish are like scousers. You know, you can go anywhere in the world and you'll always meet them. Very, very nomadic race of people. Citizen Mikey, there are over 50 mosques now in Southern Ireland. A la snack bar. Okay, okay. Matthew Cartwright. I don't mind foreigners either, as long as they are East Asian, hot and female, and they can come in their thousands. I thought you were going to say they can come in buckets. McLaren, the French are revolting, literally. Okay, so anyway, we've been on for an hour now. Anyway, anything else? Anything else to waffle on about? Anything else to waffle on about? So anyway, let's just quickly. Who's this? Telecom says, I wanted to visit Barcelona. I mean, Barcelona. I'd like to see Barcelona, but I'm done with British. Sorry, not British. British European destinations. I've seen all the you know the cathedrals and all the other historical sites and famous sites that I wanted to see. And also Barcelona is very very notorious for crime. It's one of the most notorious cities in Europe. Really, Englishman and Malta is here. Nice to hear from you, mate. Nice to hear from you. Nick Ross. The only French people that are bollocks are in the Foreign Legion. The rest of I've been old Austin with a bunch of okay. Englishman in Malta. It's changing in Malta also. Some villages here never used to lock their doors. Oh Jesus Christ! Crypto Criscar, British Army is being neglected and weapon stocks are critically low. We can't actually defend ourselves now. Anyway, here's a little bit of a question. Here's a little bit of a question. Okay, on a light-hearted note. I'll take that off the screen because it's either not working or no one's ringing. Okay. Yeah, David Cohn, Bobby Chris, most of the delivery drivers in Toronto have to be legal to get the job. Okay, fair comment. Telecom, she told me her name was Hot Chocolate. So there you go. Good name. A good name. Good little old group that as well. Toby Price. I live in Chambly, but a rural area. I never lock my door. I leave my keys in the motorbike. I got out 14 years ago at 36. Best move I ever made. Okay, well, that sounds great. That sounds absolutely terrific. Richie Rich, you should go back to bank in person. Yeah, I will do that. I will do that. It's been a couple of weeks now. I will do that. And you see, the thing is, they've got a sign up in the bank saying, abusive customers will not be tolerated. I mean, because they must be used to making a bollocks up like that. I don't condone, abusive members of the public, but sometimes, ranting and raving is the only way to get your message across. Telecom, go and take all your money out and find a new bank. Well, it's too much hassle because I like the idea of sticking with the same bank that I've been with for years, really. But that really pissed me off. That did the other week. Sean Harris, nice to hear from you, Sean. Nice to hear from you. Ed, if you are, or when you do retire in Thailand, would you consider any sort of business venture? No, I don't think I would. I think I'd like to work online, to be honest with you. I'd like to work online. I'd like to have plenty of time, not work full time. I'd also like to continue with my YouTube stuff, and I'd like to maybe do a few other things online. As for a business venture, no, because I think a business venture requires you to be there all day, doesn't it? Like a bar or whatever. That wouldn't suit me. Definitely not suit me. Nice to hear from you, Sean. Anyway. One to the 299. YouTube still shows nips on veg feeding African tribal beds. Well, you can still see titties, and in fact, full frontal nudity on YouTube, as long as it's done in an educational way. It's age restricted, and it's done in an educational way. Um, there's a video that I was watching last week about a nude bike ride through London, and it's a blonde girl who does it, and she rides her bike bollock. They have nude bike rides. I mean, I've never managed to catch one. I wouldn't mind it, but she's got quite a nice body, and I can't remember her name. But she's quite a funny character. She rides naked and she shows her titties, and it's all there quite explicit. And at the end of one of the videos, she's standing there, and some of these ethnic minority fellas, want to have their picture taken with her because she's stark as. And and there's one guy. I mean, she's one guy is standing there just staring at her womanly bits, downstairs. And to her credit, she says to the camera, "He's staring at my crotch." And I don't know the name of it, but I've seen it. She's actually got a channel, and she does this, and you can actually see that on YouTube. So it's well worth a look if you want. Ty Billy Boy, Eddie, are you away for Christmas? I doubt it. I think when I next get on an airplane, it'll be on a one-way ticket. Yogi Bear, do you remember the movie Kaz? Yeah, I remember the movie Kaz. It was one of those films that you watch when you were a child. Brian Glover was in it. He was a very good. He played the bullying sports teacher and all of that. It was a good movie. That it was about a kid who had a very negative young childhood, and he sort of had a wild bird for a friend. A kestrel, and yeah, good movie. Telecom, come to Minnesota, Eddie. Careful video on the police, though. I don't think I'd risk that. I don't think I'd risk anything like that. But yeah, Minnesota, I wouldn't mind seeing somewhere like that. I wouldn't mind seeing. I'd love to see America. I really would. Kiki and Jasmine. Barcelona gets a bad reputation, but it's not that bad. Just don't broadcast that you are loaded. Okay, fair enough. I mean, it's social media. It's these people on social media who like to show off their, gold and their silver and all that. And these criminals watch the social media so they know where they are. Let me see. Okay, so anyway, this is a little light-hearted thing that I'll put on the screen now. Anyway, little light-hearted thing. Okay. Let me see. Hang on a minute. A little bit of a light-hearted thing. Uh, So anyway, there you go. Now this is a story that I came across. It's on MSN. It's about a woman who was wandering along the beach, and she picked up a package there, and it turns out that it was the white powdery stuff that comes from places like Colombia, and she picked it up, and apparently she pulled back the packaging, and it had a street value of about £100,000. So the question is the question is, what would you do if you found 100 grand of Coca Cola on the beach? What would you do? What would your reaction be? Here you go. Martin, the idiots on TikTok announced they would rob JD Sports in Oxford Street. What criminal masterminds would warn them of their crime? I mean, that's the idiots announced that they would rob JD Sports. I mean, that's like it. I mean, what are they going to do next? Are they going to assassinate somebody and broadcast it? You know, are we going to tell all your mates, say, see that famous person? I'm going to assassinate him tomorrow. Imagine when one of them leaves the house with the gun, and the other's going to hang out the window and shout to him, "Good luck with the assassination. Hope it all goes well." Oh, it's bloody getting crazy. It is getting crazy. Let's see, McLaren. Have you got the ringer off your phone muted? Okay, let's see what's. I might have just run out of credit on it. I might have just run out of credit on it. It shouldn't be. 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 It looks like it's up and running to me. It looks like it's up and running. So I can't really see what it is. I can't really see. Let's just do that again. Let's do that again. Let's do that again. Okay, let's just do that again. Let's see. I can't actually see where it is. I don't think the phones. I don't know if the phone's working. To be honest with you, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Final time, final time, final time. Let's see. Let me see now. Let me see now. Not as far as I know. Nothing's being touched there. Nothing's being touched there. Nothing's being touched there. Nothing. I'll sort that out some of the time. I'll sort that out some of the time. Okay. So anyway, yeah. What is it? Here we go. Here we go. So anyway, this woman found 100 grand. 100 grand, 100 grams, a package worth 100 grand of Coca-Cola on the street. So anyway, McLaren says snort a lot. Okay, fair enough. 100 grams worth. Christ Almighty, you Keith Richards, are you? Barry from EastEnders, Defo do a bit. Okay. Brian Street, nothing to sniff about. Okay. Richard White, sell it to you. I didn't know you wouldn't. Paul Hoskin says, have a party. Okay. Matthew Cartwright is going to join you in the party. Okay. Mazza says he definitely have to test it. Okay. Crypto Criscar, police should have had a few hundred undercover in and around JD Sports. Well, we may as well. They've got nothing bloody better to do. Eason, man, what happened to Gaz 77? Is he in Walton or something? Maybe the store detectives got hold of him in Asda. Let's see, McLaren, if you ran out of credit, someone could, I'll have to sort that out sometime. Who's this? Okay. Glenn, Eddie speaking in triplicate. Okay. Yeah, John Mitch. Nice to hear from you, John. Nice to hear from you. I would not risk handling 100 grams. I don't know what I'd do. I've never done anything like that. It's never really interested me. I mean, if I found something like that, I'd be tempted to open it up and throw it in the bloody water. Get rid of it. I mean, I'm not so sure that I'd hand it to the police because they'd have a party. I'm pretty sure they'd throw a bloody party with it. You know, definitely. I don't know what I'd do. I wouldn't want to carry it anywhere. Sean Harris, Ed, have you seen the movie Cocaine Bet? No, I haven't seen that one. Yeah, Telecom, take it off airplane mode. I wasn't aware that I was on it. David Cohn, Bobby, I just sat on the spot in the silver, lost a bit. Okay. Bobby Crush, some bears found a bag of stashed coke in the woods and they kept eating it every day until it was almost gone. Is that the story? I thought you were going to say they invited Goldilocks and a mate around for a party. Let's see, Singapore down, fill it with salt water, jail time. Yeah, that's probably what I'd do. Richie Rich, recreate the Scarface film, that last scene. Okay. I'm just going to do one last attempt, and if it doesn't do it, one last attempt, and if it doesn't do it. No, it all looks like it's on. It all looks like it's on. Let me see now. Let me see now. Let me see now. Who is this? Hello? Hello?
Hello, it's John Mitch.
Hello, John. How are you? I don't know what I pressed you just then, but sorry, Dad, if anyone's trying to get there. How are you keeping anyway, John?
Oh, struggling.
Struggling, really? Why is that?
Well, I just want to get out of the UK, same as you.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's really, I mean, it's really bland here. I mean, this is summer. If it's bland in the summer, then what's it going to be like in the winter time? What's it going to be like in the winter?
Don't know. Anyhow, in the winter time, I'm away.
Yes.
January, I'm away to Thailand.
Yeah, yeah, really. Well, I've set myself a goal that 2024 is going to be the year that I make the big move. Now, it may be at the beginning, it may be in the middle, possibly be at the end, but I think it'll put more than likely be in the middle because when I next book a flight, I'm determined it will be a one way. It'll be a one-way ticket. Yeah, yeah. But there's a lot of things to consider before I get to that. Before I get to that.
You got to consider the visa situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am considering making a final move out of the UK myself. Yeah. And I was thinking, Cambodia is the easiest place for the visa.
Yeah.
Long-term visa.
Yeah.
All right. And from Cambodia, I mean, it's just a bus ride into Pattaya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You can just, from Cambodia, you can just, go to Pattaya for a weekend every now and then.
Oh, yeah, right? Absolutely.
Have you feel? All right. And then pop back to, Cambodia. Have a nice bumpy partner in Cambodia, live in.
Yeah.
Looks after the house, cleaning and whatever.
Yeah.
Right. And, one can have a decent retirement.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, my two favorite places in Southeast Asia are probably Pattaya and Siem Reap in Cambodia. And those two places are only about 9.5 hours away by road. This is when, and I've done that so many times, this is when the border crossing was open. I've done that now. The last time it was a bit awkward, but assuming that the Poi Pet opens again, I think 9 hours on a bus, that's a doddle. That's not a problem now.
Yeah. You might as well get a flight, you book a flight for €40.
But where'd you get that from, though? Where'd you get the flight from?
I'm not so sure, but there's flights from Swampy Airport and there's from Don Muang as well.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, a flight is better if from Phnom Penh to Bangkok. I've done that one a few times, but then again, I know. So another vlogger, Big Fat Bestie, he was doing a flight from Phnom Penh to Chiang Mai, and it was delayed about 9 hours, and he was stuck at the airport for 9 hours. So that's dreadful.
Not every flight is delayed 9 hours. That can be any flight.
Yeah. But I prefer the old tortoise method. Slow but sure. I'd still rather go by the bus personally.
As long as you don't carry that bloody big suitcase around with you.
Well, there's no in between. Either you carry a backpack, a smaller backpack, or you carry the suitcase. There's not really any in between, really, is there? I mean, somehow that big suitcase, I always manage to fill it up anyway.
I don't know what the hell you fill it up with.
T-shirts. T-shirts mainly. I don't know. I mean, it's mainly T-shirts. I don't know, but somehow, John, whatever I put in there, by the time at the end of the journey, and I don't really buy any souvenirs, only the odd extra t-shirt or whatever, somehow I still struggle to close that big suitcase. I still struggle to close it.
Let me give you a tip, right? The amount of money that you spend carting that suitcase around from airline to airline, right?
Yeah.
You could buy dozens of t-shirts.
Yeah.
In Thailand.
Yeah.
Right? Or Cambodia. Right? And when you don't even have to launder them, you can just throw them away when you want them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I suppose so. But but then again, the laptop. You see this laptop here. This is too big to take in that carry-on bag. So I have to put this. I have to put this laptop in the suitcase. You see.
Spend 70 quid on a tablet.
Yeah.
All right. And the tablet will just fit in your bag. All right. You don't need the laptop. The tablet will do fine.
Yeah. Yogi Bear is saying, can you get a flight Pattaya to Siam Reap?
Well, there is an airport at Pattaya.
Yeah.
And I haven't checked, but they do have flights to other Asian countries.
Yeah. Well, apparently, Siam Reap Airport, they're building a new Siam Reap Airport, and it's miles out of town. It's much further than the current one. I mean, the current one, I flew there early this year, wasn't it? I flew from Bangkok to Siam Reap, and Siam Reap Airport is very, very pleasant little airport. But now they're building another one, which is miles and miles out of town. So it's going to be a hefty taxi fare when you get off the plane, really. I mean, so I don't think I'm really keen on that idea. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. So
I'm going to be spending about a week in Phnom Penh, and one of the reasons that I'm going to be spending a week there is I'm going to have shoes made for myself because I've got big feet.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I mean, have you been much to Cambodia, John? Have you been much there?
I've never been to Cambodia. I've never been. I just watched your videos and a ton of other videos.
Yeah.
And I suppose I've got to go. Got to go. Right. So I'm spending 2 months in Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
Right. From mid-February to mid-April.
Yeah. Good time.
I'm going to escape before the Songkran.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't want to get soaked in Songkran. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, Cambodia's a great little country, but it's like everywhere, John. It's not as good as it was. I mean, it's suffering. I mean, from Chinookville. Chinookville was, used to be a wonderful little place, a beach resort, a very, very, very third world, raw-edged, rubbish, the side of the roads, but it had a real lot of charm to it. But now they've built big skyscrapers there. And the last time I was in Cambodia, I didn't even bother going to Sihanoukville because, I wouldn't like to see, I've got really, really fond memories of Sihanoukville, terrific place, but I wouldn't like to see what it's become now. And also, Phnom Penh is not as good as it was. For one thing, the women are, getting a bit greedy, but also some of the raw edge of Phnom Penh is gone. I mean, I wandered through 172 and 51 Street. There used to be tons of life in 51 Street, whereas now a lot of it's really, it looks awful. I mean, what I noticed about Phnom Penh last time I was there is that the rich part of the place looks like it's getting richer, but the poor part of it looks like it's going backward. It's looking more third world. It's actually gone backward, the poorer part of Phnom Penh. So, I mean, the only town that is still really, really nice and pleasant is Siam Reap. Is, you know, although I did like Kampok quite a lot as well. But yeah, go to Cambodia. You will like it there. You will like it. It's a really, really good place. And they're great people they are as well.
Well, I've booked a hotel on 130th Street by the
That's all right, yeah.
riverside.
Yeah, that's a good street.
Yeah. So from 130, I can get to 136 quite easily.
Yeah.
And I don't know what runs off 136, you know, because I've never been there. I've just, you know, tried to look it up.
Well, one.
And the streets don't go in numerical order, do they?
Yeah. Well, the thing about 136th Street, it comes in various parts. I mean, it goes in various sections, but then there's a street across it, which I think is also classed as 136. But that's where the main nightlife area is. And there are still some really, really great bars there. And to be honest with you, when I was there, I think I became a little bit negative because I was remembering it as it one whereas I met up with a couple of guys who watched my YouTube channel, and they loved it out there. They were new to the place, and they seen nothing but positivism in it. They were far more positive than I was. So yeah, 136 Riverside, you'll love it there. You absolutely love it.
Yeah, well, I've been going to Bangkok since 1984.
Yeah.
Right. And I've seen a hell of a lot of changes there. I mean, I used to live on Soi 22, Sukhumvit.
Yeah.
And that whole Soi has changed completely. It doesn't exist. I mean, when I was there, I was teaching English for 40 baht an hour.
Yeah.
That's how long it was. But there again, a lady's drink only cost 20 baht.
Yeah. So what do you think about the ladies nowadays who are commanding a high price? We've had Yoz on this channel before. I mean, it is he's mentioned that his lady, you know, he was given sending her 30,000 a month, but she wants another 10,000 baht now. She wants 40,000 baht a month. So he's sacked her.
That's bloody ridiculous. And you know, I can't see the point of sending any lady money when you're not there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a simple way of doing things. You know, just when I'm there, I stick to Thai friendly.
Yeah.
I get my rocks off on Thai friendly. I spend about, you know, I tell them I want 2 hours of fun, possibly 3 hours of fun, and no more than 1,500 baht.
Yeah.
I don't bother buying lady drinks. I don't pay for bar fines or anything like that.
Yeah.
I stay on the dark side at Brian Jack's place.
Oh yeah, you said that, yeah.
Which is EDDY Apartments. He provides a beautiful room. Right. It's got a swimming pool.
Yeah.
Like-minded guests, and it only costs about 6,000 baht a month.
Yeah. Right. That's 6,000 baht. What's that in pounds? 6,000.
That's about 140 pounds.
God Almighty, that's cheap. But is that really nice and comfortable? Is it then? Yeah.
It really is. You know, he's got air-conditioned rooms. I mean, that's one place you could go and stay for a while when you're retired.
Yeah.
Beautiful swimming pool.
Oh,
spotless swimming pool, and his place is absolutely spot on, spotless. And there's cheap restaurants around there.
Yeah.
All right. Even, you know, you can get Falang food. Brilliant.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'll be staying there, right? I'll be paying 140 pounds a month.
Yeah, God, that's so cheap, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll be getting my rocks off Thai friendly, you know, each day for about 1,200 to 1,500 baht.
Yeah.
Right. And I'll spend the rest of the time, you know, swimming in the swimming pool and, you know, sunbathing and, you know, just relaxing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way you do it when you're retired, you know.
Yeah.
Running around from place to place is just not on anymore when you get to our age.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, that sounds like you've got it made there. That sounds bloody good, but it's amazing. Yoz. I mean, hopefully Yoz will come on sometime because he put a really interesting post on Facebook. He's currently traveling through Spain, France and Spain, and he was giving the prices out, for the cost of just about everything, in those countries, in European countries, and comparing it to Thailand and Southeast Asia is still amazingly cheap when you compare it to Europe. It really is. Cambodia, I mean, those countries, they're still really cheap. I mean, so the dark side. What do you actually think of the dark side in Pattaya? What do you think of that place, John?
Well, I think it's pretty good, you know. I mean, now, you know, with the boat taxis, right? To get anywhere in a boat taxi, you just, on your app, you call up a taxi, right? And you can get into downtown, you know, for 40, 50 baht.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Which, you know, it's nothing. It's cheaper than a bus ride that you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here in the UK.
Yeah. I've actually found that boat taxis are a bit hit and miss. I used them when I'm in Thailand, but I found that they can let you down as much as they can pick you up. You know, I've had a few problems with them.
Yeah, you've got Bolt and you've got Grab. You know, so you know if one lets you down, you can go for the other.
Yeah, Sean Harris says the dark side is a great place to base yourself. You see, I like a bit of nightlife. I like the live bands and I like that. I know it doesn't appeal to everyone, but I think I'm the one who's going to have to rearrange everything now that I've stopped drinking the booze. I don't want to be going out drinking beer all the time or anything like that. So I'd have to renew the situation with regards to going out in Thailand.
Well, to be honest, I don't drink.
Yeah.
Right? I gave up drinking years and years ago because I just couldn't see the point of having a hangover every bloody morning.
Yeah.
Right? And, you know, when I'm out on the town, I stick to orange juice and soda water.
Yeah.
All right? And, you know, I mix the orange juice with the soda water.
Yeah.
And that does me fine.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't need to enjoy yourself. You don't need to get pissed.
Yeah.
I mean, some people seem to insist on having to get pissed to enjoy themselves, but I don't see the point in it anymore.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't do your health any good. And as you discovered after 4.5 months, your health has improved.
Yeah.
And I must say, you have definitely lost quite a bit of weight. Just look at your videos. I sent you a message a while back.
Yeah.
Look at your videos from, you know, when you just came back from Thailand, and look at your videos now, right? And just look at yourself.
Yeah. People have mentioned that I've lost weight. Yeah.
You're a handsome chap now.
Oh, well, thank you, John. That's very kind of you. That's very kind of you. You know, I mean, I do feel a lot lighter, definitely, because I was 16.5 stone. That's a hell of a weight, Doc. That's a hell of a weight, Doc. I don't know what I weigh now, but I've definitely lost a bit. I've definitely have lost a bit, and it does make all the difference. I mean, if you lose a couple of stone, Jesus, you think how many bags of sugar that is? That's a hell of a lot of weight. So yeah, definitely.
Well, if I told you how much I used to weigh and how much I've lost in the past year, I've been on this. I'm a diabetic, and I've been on this Ozempic that's been in the news.
Yeah.
All right. And I was 210 kilos a year ago.
200, Jesus, that's 440. What's that in stone?
I don't know, but it's a lot. It's about 35, 40 stone.
God, oh my, that is massive. That's massive.
Yeah. Well, I'm 6'4" as well. So,
yeah.
All right. And went on this Ozempic, and I've lost 40 kilos in a year.
40 kilos is that's a hell of a lot. Hell of a lot of weight, that, isn't it?
That's about 90 pounds or
yeah,
something.
Yeah, yeah.
Divide that by 14, and you know what I've lost. I
think you know a lot of people, you know, just don't really realize how much excess weight they're carrying on them. Really, that you don't need. But I mean, like David R, who's been on the live streams a few times. I've met him. He's a couple of inches taller than me, but he was over 16 stone, and he's come down to about below 13 stone now. He's lost a lot of weight simply by determination, really. Yeah, Ty Billy Boy says, enjoying following this chat with John. Very informative. There you go. He likes you. McLaren says, well done, John. Yeah, Bobby Crush. Oh, yeah, here's one for you. I was on that space diet. For dinner, I had a Mars, a galaxy, and a Milky Way. Okay. Very, very good, Bobby. Very, very good, Bobby. Very, very good. Bobby Crush says, Giant Haystacks on the line. Do you remember Giant Haystacks?
Yeah, I do. I used to follow the wrestling back in the 70s.
Yeah.
60s and 70s. Yeah. He was one of my favorites.
He was the guy with the long hair, wasn't he? He was painted as the villain, really, wasn't he? Whereas Big Daddy, you know, the big fat guy, he was the hero. Whereas Giant Haystacks played the part of the villain, because a lot of this was, you know, they you know, it was faked, really, wasn't it?
Do you remember Mick McManus?
Oh yeah, Mick McManus, yeah.
My younger brother used to date his daughter.
Yeah. Do you know something? Mick McManus lived until he was in his 90s. He died a few years ago. He lived until he was in his 90s.
He ran a pub in Bradford.
Yeah, did he really? Yeah. Mick McManus. I mean,
I used to get the odd 2-3 pints there, you know, when I used to go and visit with my brother, you know, because my brother was dating Mick McManus's daughter. Yeah.
And I remember there was. Do you remember the dirty bastard who used to spit? Les Kellett.
Oh, Les Kellett, he was a nasty fella.
He used to spit at people? Oh, that's what he said. You know, dirty bastard, dirty bastard. Do you know something? A few years ago, where I live, there is you know, in one of those sad little, you know, Devonian towns, but where I live, a few years ago, there was this fella who were paid, you know, a tramp basically, and he had sort of yellow high vis clothes on, you know, like a workman, but he had scruffy hair, and he started appearing around the town, and he kind of stood out. He was a homeless fella, and he looked like he was quite old, but he was a big bloke. And the word is that was actually Kendo Nagasaki. And I thought, no, it can't be. I laughed when I first did that. Somebody else said, no, it's not Kendo Nagasaki. It's actually another wrestler from the 1970s. His name was Barry something. The guy, I wasn't familiar with the name, but apparently he was on the Wednesday Night Wrestling on TV, this fella. But he'd hit hard times. And I seen this fella. And you used to see him around town of a night time. He'd become a tramp. He was a down and out. And somebody told me like that they knew of this guy, and they remember when he was on the TV wrestling. And I said, well, how did he ever, you know, go from being, you know, a famous wrestler to becoming a down and out here? And the guy said to me, well, it's a long story, but it began when he got a divorce. And oh God, I mean, that's women for you, isn't it? Women can destroy anything. Yeah. Divorce can, you know, can destroy your life faster than a hurricane.
Can I just give a shout out to Brian Street?
Yes. Yeah.
Thanks for the big thumbs up.
Okay, fair enough. We'll put that on the screen again. Big thumbs up. Brian Street's a really good guy. Ross is saying, Good phone in and all of that, David Mayer. I'll tell you what I'm going to do now, Jim. I'm going to finish now because I want an hour and 40 minutes, okay? And tomorrow night, hopefully we'll get this phone sorted. It was really, really good of you to come on, and you've been very interested, and I hope you'll come on again, John, and give us some really, really good information, because people here are fascinated about the dark side. And I've never ever got round to visiting the dark side yet. Every time I've been in Pattaya, I always say this time I'm going to see it. I've never got around to going there, but you've given us some great information anyway.
Yeah. Well, the thing about the dark side is there's a few bars there, right? But they're kind of spread out a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's some nice bars. You would enjoy some of the bars there. It can get a bit raunchy.
Yeah.
Compared to other beer bars.
Yeah.
All right. So it's enjoyable. It's very enjoyable.
Yeah.
And much cheaper as well.
Yeah.
Much cheaper.
Okay, well, definitely bear that in mind. Anyway, definitely bear that in mind. Listen, John, thanks for your information. Thanks for keeping us entertained, and I'll hopefully you'll be in touch soon. Anyway, yeah.
And guys, there's only 51 thumbs up I can see on the screen.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, give Steady Eddie some of those more of those thumbs up.
Okay. Okay, I need them. Absolutely. Okay, cheers. Thanks for that anyway, John. John, I'll speak to you soon. All the best, mate. Right. Cheers. Cheers. Thank you. Bye. Cheers. Bye. Okay, so that was the excellent John Mitch anyway. That was the excellent John Mitch. We finally got the phone going there. So we've been on for an hour and 40 minutes. So I may as well finish here now. We've waffled on a little bit. An hour and 40 minutes is just about enough. So I'll say good night, and I'll see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Let's get that off the screen. At 9 o'clock UK time, we'll talk about a little bit more. Anyway, we'll talk about all kinds of stuff tomorrow anyway. So thanks for tuning in. Good night. Thank you. And I'll see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock. All the best, guys. Cheers.